Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy back again with a new video. Today, the Kambosos vs Haney fight has just completed, and I just wanted to give you a couple of my thoughts on the fight and what happened during the fight and my overall conclusion of what happens to both fighters after this. So, just quickly, I will not be going into any personal things. There was chat during the fight that Kambosos has let go of his manager and trainer before the fight, which actually to me really showed in the fight. But I'd rather comment on what happened in the ring, not what happens out of the ring. Mainly because number one, like these guys, they train 7 days a week. They're complete professionals. I have no right at all to even comment about their personal life or what's going on or comment about the person they are. Like honestly, I have all respect for every fighter that gets into that boxing ring or octagon or any sort of thing like that. So I don't believe any person out there that has not touched foot into a boxing ring or has even touched to any sort of potential what Kambosos or what it does into the ring should have any view on what he is as a person and that. Not unless you know the person, you should have any view like that. But then again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So with all that, I just want to go through what I thought on the fight. So number one, coming out in round one, Kambosos came out with a lot of switch stancing, head movement in and out, which really put Devin Haney on his back foot, which kind of was like he must have came out surprised. He definitely said after the fight he came out and was just like, all right, this is a different Kambosos. Didn't expect this, but after that first round, he really caught on very quickly. And my whole view on that is I feel like Kambosos came out with the game plan of what he saw, that he feel like he could surprise Haney with a whole different view of fighting or way he fights. So Kambosos, if you watch a lot of Kambosos fights, I have been watching him for a long time, ever since the Footy Show fights back in the day. He does, when he's at his best, he reminds me of, and don't take this out of quote, he has like a Manny Pacquiao sort of style. He loves to be on his toes, in and out, dodge and weaving, but he's lost a lot of the head movement into combination over the last couple of fights. With the Teofimo Lopez fight, what made him so dangerous was, well, obviously the punch that he values so much is that overhand right. Obviously the punch that knocked down Teofimo Lopez. And while seeing that, I see that he's a lot less inclined with footwork and that, and coming into range and using the combinations. There's a couple of instances where he did use that and he looked effective, but he throws that out of the window now, and he just looks for that opportunity off a jab or something to throw that massive right hand again. So unfortunately, like that does not go the way he wants to go, especially against a fighter like Haney, who is a very sniper-like fighter, sits on the outside. He does use his front foot, obviously. Like, I believe he's a very smart fighter with his range. He's such a good rangy fighter. And as soon as anyone comes really close to him, he clinches up and he works the clinch so well. So I feel like that was a big difference between Haney and Kambosos in this fight. I believe if Kambosos came out the way he did against Teofimo, or even before that against a lot of his past opponents, where he was a bit more on his toes, in and out, head movement into range, and not keeping his head in that center line, which is really what Haney was using to his advantage. He was just sniping on the outside. This fight, he used a lot more of the right hand down the pipe and really connected so many times on Georgie. But as I said, all like respect to Georgie as an Australian, for an Aussie to make it to that stage and show the world that he was an undisputed champ at that one point against Teofimo Lopez. You can't take that away from him. He had one of the most amazing performances, and you can't forget the lead up work that he did to get to that fight. So all respect to Kambosos before that. Now on to Haney. So Haney, coming into the last fight, there was a lot of excuses out of camps and stuff about, just using his jab, which was, quite true. The last fight, he was just sitting on his jab, and but that's what wins him the fight. The thing with fighting, and what a lot of like casual fans and all that don't understand, and it happens in the UFC a lot, is if something's working, like why stop using it? If Kambosos can't fight against the jab and get himself on the inside, what's going to stop Haney from keeping on that outside and winning the fight? You're in a fight at the end of the day. Whatever's going to work, you're going to lean on that no matter what. It's the same thing in UFC. A lot of people hate watching grappling because they believe that, everything should be on the feet, and that's the manly way to fight. And that, bro, if it gets to the ground and they can't get back up, that's on the person that's on their back, not the person that's on top. Like, it is not the most amazing thing where they're on top and they're not doing anything to advance position to get themselves in a benefit position. But in my honest opinion, and this could be totally different to everyone else's view, but if you're on your back, you got to be the one to also make the move, and that's what makes everything, like, fighting is a dance. If you're just taking the lead the whole time and the other fighter's not doing anything about it. Just continue taking the lead. It is what it is. But the other fighter is starting to make the move and then you make a move. That's what makes it so beautiful. So it's really onto the other person to really change the fight. And I feel like Haney, this fight, the jab wasn't as effective. It was completely effective, but it wasn't as effective as the first fight. So he leant on that right hand, and that right hand, no matter what, when Georgie was trying to come into range, when he was throwing his combinations, his head was straight in the center line, and it just bang, that pop shot, especially when Georgie was trying to switch stance coming in. Yeah, he just didn't get his head off range as much as what like he should have. But overall, what I took out of this fight, and this is my honest opinion on it, Haney is such an amazing fighter. He's so valued in the fighting community to be the next prodigy of like a Floyd Mayweather. He's his own fighter though. Like he's a sniper on the outside, but this man can get into those scraps and really hold his own. But I did see something that Vasily Lomachenko can take advantage of if they come into a fight. I believe that Kambosos has gone into this fight, changed his game plan because he saw something that would work, and that unfortunately Kambosos is not as sharp in that sort of tool, if that makes sense. He's never been that guy that will like come switch stance, look like a Crawford or whatever, to come into range and work off the inside. He's always been that guy to sit like orthodox, but he would head movement into like close range and flurry, and that's the way he works. I feel like Vasily like has a lot of opportunity there to sit on the outside, work with Haney, and technically just pick him apart from like getting to the outside foot, working those angles and keeping his head off center line is the main thing that Vasily is so good at. But again, this was such a good lead-up fight for Haney to verse someone like Vasily. This offers Haney now to understand that that right hand is down the pipe if someone's trying to switch stance into range. It's the closest thing, like from your jab. If they're switching out, your right hand's open all day. So it kind of plays that back and forth now of like coming into a Vasily Lomachenko fight. I saw a lot of things that will help Vasily, like, and that's his game. But Haney has now experienced that sort of switch stance sort of opposition. It wasn't as crispy. Kambosos is not that type of fighter, so it wasn't as crispy, as sharp as what Vasily will offer. But I do see opportunities for someone like a Lomachenko to take advantage of that. But overall, I thought Haney fought an amazing fight. Like, you know, to come to Australia twice and take out a really good opposition in Kambosos. I know a lot of like the top fighters don't give him his due at the moment too, and like it is what it is. Someone like that opinion I can agree with, but for every person that's sitting there on a keyboard, behind their keyboard, and like saying Kambosos is a dud and this and that, and never ever gonna touch at that stage that Kambosos ever did, like their opinion really doesn't matter. Like honestly, I feel like Kambosos has put Australian boxing on the map. He's done in the last two fights. He's put on fighters like Maloney in the last fight looked amazing, and he was never going to get that TV time before this fight. And because Kambosos has brought this to Australia, it's opened up so many different opportunities for Australian boxers. So yeah, I just thought I'd like give my view anyway. Hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below your thoughts. I'm open to all type of opinions. You can go in that comment section and just go crazy on me. I don't care. It is what it is. Like this is what boxing is. But yeah, shout out to Kambosos. Well done. Like as a proud Aussie, like amazing job for what you've done. I've followed you for a long time. You've done amazing to get where you were. And Haney, man, like you're a sniper. Like you are undisputed. You're a pound for pound, like one of the top fighters in the world at the moment. So take your due, brah. And I'm excited to see you versus either Lomachenko or Javante. And you know that man Tank, he's a crazy boy. But yeah, boys, shout out. Peace out.